Labyrinth. It's a film I have not seen in many a year. I hold the Blu-ray in my hand that I just purchased. It is the 30th anniversary edition. The time of this video, it is 2017, so this edition came out last year, in 2016, because it came out in 1986. Now, I have seen this film several times back in the 90s, when I was a child, and probably the last time I saw it was probably maybe like 1998 or 1999, when I was in high school, and since then, I remember it's one of my favorite childhood films. But man, other than that, there's just fragments, and so that's why I'm going to attempt to remember Labyrinth, as is the title of the video. All right, so yeah, that's okay. So you got David Bowie. He's on the cover right here. May he rest in peace. And also may Jim Henson rest in peace. He directed the film, and you got Jennifer Connelly, who is right there. And before she was in such films as A Beautiful Mind and Requiem for a Dream, she was a teenager who had she was in high school, but she had like a baby brother. So I guess there's a huge age gap between her and her little brother, which happens, it does happen. So basically she does that thing where it's like I wish I didn't have a brother or something like that, and then and then all of a sudden, well, bam! Here comes David Bowie to steal him away and be like, all right, I'll take him. You don't want him, because you're the authority for that kind of thing. So then she whisks him away, and he's the Goblin King, even though he's super pretty, and because he's David Bowie, and that's the thing. Then after that, she somehow gets whisked away, spirited away to the land of Jim Henson Muppets and things like that. For some reason, she flies there. I don't know. We'll say that. And then she comes across. I remember there was a scene where she was like running around in a circle, and she was just like, "There's no way to get out of this area." And then someone was just like, "No, you need to run up against the wall." And it turns out, oh, the wall. There's a perspective thing. You can go around the wall. And that's most of my remembrances of this film, is just little moments of the film. Then I remember there was like two guys, she needed to go. She needed to know where to go, and then there was two Muppet dudes, and the one only told lies and one only told the truth. So she had to figure out which one's telling the truth and which one's lying. Then there was the scene where she's falling down like a shaft, and then there's all of a sudden she starts being manhandled by a bunch of hands, and they start doing like this blood and crypts thing with their hands, and I think somebody's knocking on. Pretty sure it's my neighbor's door. I don't think I'm being too loud, yelling about Labyrinth. Anyway, we'll ignore that. So anyway, yeah, they're doing this thing with their hands, and then they're creating faces with hands, and then they're just like, hey, Jennifer Connelly. I don't remember her name, but we'll help you with something. And once again, that's the scene. The actual point of the scene escapes me. Then you have a scene with these dudes where they can take their heads off, and they're throwing it around and everything like that. And once again, she just kind of wanders off again. It's kind of an Alice in Wonderland situation where she's just she comes across a weird thing, and then she's just like, that's a bunch of weird bullshit. Well, my brother's not here, so let's go on to the next thing. And she gets help from a bunch of dudes. One is a little weird hobbit looking dude, and then another one was a little fox man. And then another one is like a big he looks like Sweetums from the Muppets, but not quite, because he can't. Jim Henson doesn't want all of his stuff to look the same. That's always been a thing with Jim Henson. Was just like, all right, these are the Muppets, but then these are the Dark Crystal puppets. These are the Labyrinth puppets, and so they all kind of have their own distinctive style. Other than that, man, it's all I couldn't even tell you the sequence of events. I couldn't tell you when the hand people came in, or when the guys who could take their heads off, when that came in. And then David Bowie sings a bunch and walks on the walls as he sings, and then eventually she comes across what she thinks is her bedroom, and then, but she's just like, oh, it was all just a dream, and then somebody like bursts in, and she's like, no, it wasn't a dream, I'm a crazy witch, and then like does a bunch of other things, and she's just like, well, all right, well, I guess this wasn't a dream, let me continue on looking for my brother, and then finally she finds her brother, goes back home, and then she's just like, well, that sucks. That was kind of cool over in that area with all my new Muppety friends, and then all of a sudden they all appear in her bedroom and they're all like, let's party! And then the end. I'm pretty sure that was Labyrinth. Pretty sure that was the film Labyrinth, which was actually co-written by Terry Jones from Monty Python, which is something I did know, and then it says on the back there. And like, yeah, I didn't actually read any of this stuff on the back here, and it's kind of interesting. The Blu-ray is like a book. It's like a little book, and it's got little pages, and it's got like stuff on here. It tells you a little bit about the film. That's cool, right? So anyway, that's about gonna do it for this video. I'll rewatch it and see how much of it I remembered. Yeah, once again, I remember very little things about the film, and it's one of those types of films where it's just like, a thing happens, then you move on, then another thing happens, then you move on, and I enjoyed that about the film. All right, well, if you enjoyed this, then go ahead and give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, share this with your friends, and yeah, I'll ramble on about more movies in the future. All right, thank you very much. Have a good day.